minutes and I'll give you a hood story of a guy I know with that name. So this story is going to be about the time a man set me up to get bumped.
Thank you for the comment. I like to be honest. So here's a side.
Because obviously when you're wheeling and dealing, obviously man are gonna try a thing, obviously. Oh, are you? Oh, okay. So Malachi saying, Jay Wise, my mom has been extorting me for rent money and I decided to move out because of it. Are you the person that has left comments about that? Because someone else, I mean, obviously there's a lot of people's parents that are extorting them, are overcharging them, who have been leaving comments underneath my videos and that. So I don't even know if it's you. But let's say it's not even you. Or let's say, so you're saying it is you that did, but what I'm saying is someone else has said that, because I've seen a couple of people say that, yo, my mom's been charging me X amount of money, I want to move out and that. This is the problem with parents that don't put in the work. They want their son, they want their daughter to pick up the pieces. And I made a video about this a very long time ago on my other house. When your mum has poor mate selection, at some point, you're going to become your mum's husband. Your mum's going to depend on you. Son, I ain't got much money this month. I'm going to need you to lend me £400 for X, Y, Z. Or son, and I know this happened to someone I know, their mum's credit is so shit. Their mum doesn't know how to manage finances. The mum had to take out a car on finance in the son's name. If I was the son, I would have said no. The fact that your mum has to take out the car in finance in your name because her credit is shit just lets you know at some point she's probably going to default on making payments on this car. That's like being a guarantor for somebody who you know they've gone bankrupt a couple of times in their life. You know they've had the bailiffs on their case. Are you going to really be a guarantor for someone? What's a guarantor like? Say like you want to rent a room or, you know, rent a house and that. Sometimes some, you know, room providers or landlords or estate agents and that will say we need a guarantor. Typically it's for younger people. That idiot tenant that I had, the girl that I had to evict, she told me her brother's her guarantor. To me, that's a red flag. Why do you need a guarantor? You think Jay Wise has a guarantor? If anything, I will be a guarantor. I'm not going to do this. What I'm saying is I'm at a level, I'm disciplined, I'm, you know, responsible enough that I don't need a guarantor. If anything, I will be the guarantor. That's what level I'm at. If anything, if I'm in the equation of guarantor and person that needs the guarantor, I will be the guarantor if I was ever in that equation. I don't need no damn guarantor. I'm sensible. I don't live outside my means. So many people come into a little bit of money, boom, upgrade their lifestyle. I remember I had a family member. Her partner, her man, her baby dad, he's a bit of a know-it-all. And regardless of whether or not he's a know-it-all, he probably would be right in saying this in general, like, you know, when you graduate from being an apprentice to a fully qualified electrician, you know, when your wages go from 800 a month to 1800 a month, you're going to upgrade your lifestyle. I remember literally like it was yesterday. I remember I was in this family member's living room and the partner was either in the living room, sitting down on the sofa, or standing by the front, by the living room door. And I remember he was saying to me, yeah, when you graduate and your wages increase, you're going to upgrade your life. And I said, nah. And he said, you are? And I said, nah. And he said, trust me, you will. Well, he was fucking wrong. Fucking wrong. graduated and went from 800 a month to 1800 a month, I still lived like I was an apprentice, and I was saving up £1,000 pretty much every single month. Obviously, certain months it's going to be £800-900, but pretty much every month I was saving up £1,000 a month, and I've done that for pretty much 3 years, and at most I was sitting on about 31 grand because of discipline. Because my mentality is don't be a sheep. My mentality is don't drive a Mercedes whilst you're still living in your mom's house in a box room. My mentality is don't worry about going on holidays and living your life. The people them that was going on holidays and blowing cash, £300 in the club on the weekend and that, buying all these clothes, financing, leasing all these cars and that, where are they now? In their early 30s. I want to know. But I know they're not at my level. No way. No way. I know if they watch my videos or they know what I've got, they'll be like, yo, you know what? I would have given up all them stupid nights in the club to be in his position. And vice versa, I would not give up being disciplined and frugal to be in their position. Hell fucking no. People want to talk about the good old days. Yeah, I would love to go. You hear people talking about, oh man, why can't we just go back to the good old days? Now, I don't want to go back in time. Do you know why? Because every year I progress. So why the hell would I want to go back in time? Do you think I want to be 14 years old, still walking the streets of Edmonton, hanging around Red Brick Estate on Silver Street with 50p in my pocket? No way. You must be mad. You think I want to go back in the... Obviously, don't get it twisted. Man, enjoy playing run-outs on my estate, running through Edmonton Green and that. They don't get it twisted. I had a fucking good childhood, but I would never want to go back in time. No way. My life is only getting better. So why the hell would I want to go back in time? Why would I want to be poor? Doesn't make no sense, man. Man said, if you're watching, just tap ever so often, kind of fugazi. Someone explain what fugazi is. I'm an old man, nearly 33 soon, so I don't know what these words mean. Right, let me get a drink. Oh, fake. Okay. Yeah, I have to get you young boys to educate me. I'm an old boy now. I'm my uncle. Right. Okay, so someone on this side saying, yeah, fugazi is fake. Okay. Was Tion Wayne around in your generation? Yeah, man rubbed shoulders with him, man. What's the best way to save money if you're bad with money? So obviously this person lacks discipline. There's no technique. There's no hack. You shouldn't need to put the money into some cash ISA or some special account where once it's in there, you would literally have to go and run into Santander naked on fire for them to give you your money. No, you should be... Look, let me explain something to you right now, yeah? When I was saving up that £1,000 a month for like 3 years straight, yeah? I mean, I still do it now. Anyway, I didn't even have a savings account. What do I need a savings account for? You see, some people, they need to take the money and physically put in a savings account. Like I said to you lot before, discipline is being able to see whatever it is, you know, vice or whatever and that temptation is. You should be able to have the temptation or the vice in front of you and say, no. There's some people, let's say they drink fizzy drinks, yeah? There's some people, they don't want to drink no fizzy drinks or have no crap during the week. So Instead of being able to just have it in their fridge and telling themselves no, nah, they have to take the fizzy drinks downstairs into the basement. They have to lock it in a vault. They have to put 3 Rottweilers in front of it, a security team, and Jason Voorhees, so that they don't fucking go down there and get the fizzy drink and drink it. Nah, if you say to yourself, I don't want to do X, Y, Z throughout the week, you should be able to be exposed to it and tell yourself no. I ain't heard this for a while. I ain't heard this for years. Now, I said it the other day in a video, but I remember, yeah, the old school excuse for people that look like me, the young people, for running around doing this, yeah, was, oh, the government allows things, yeah, to come in, and that's why the young people pick it up and want to, what? And let's say that's true. There's something called free will, you know. You can say no. Just like if a madman come up to you and say, yo, I've got certain substances and that, yeah, you're gonna tend to fuck off. So why is how are you using that as an excuse? Foolishness, man. It's just an excuse. Everybody is full of excuses. I went to a woman's house today and we're just talking, and I can't remember what it was, but all I remember is I was saying to her, like she was saying that some people, you know, they're more susceptible to certain things or whatever, and that, like mental illnesses and that. And I said to her, don't you think that's just general weakness? And she was like, no, it's not. So anyway, I said to her, my girlfriend used to be a Polish interpreter for the police. Yeah. Now, there was a guy one time, I think he must have got stabbed, and now he has OCD and he's scared to leave the house. And I said to the woman, but I've been stabbed and nothing happened to me. Like, I was just cool after. I said, to be fair, I did deserve it though. But anyway, and she was like, well, yeah, like you said, you deserved it. But, you know, some people, if things happen to them, like, you know, they just can't recover. I'm like, yeah, they're just weak. They're just weak. There's a YouTuber. This guy talks about money and finances and property and that. This guy got punched in his face one time and he had a fat lip. And he was talking about it on a video. He even had like a COVID mask on and he took it off halfway through the video to reveal his fat lip. It was all bruised up and blooded up and that. Do you know, yeah? Towards the end of the video, this guy started crying because he'd been punched in the face. Fam, do you know how many fights I've had? Do you know how many? I mean, to be fair, how many times I've been rushed? Probably been rushed about 3 times by a bunch of people, let's say. I've been stabbed. You think man fucking cried? You see, certain men are just not built for the world. Certain men, they can't take L's, you know. Like, I would love, you know what, yeah? I'd love for certain men to live my lifestyle and see how they handle things. I'd love for a man to be in my shoes and see how they will handle things, because a lot of men talk tough, but a lot of men can't handle shit, boy. How the hell, yeah, are you getting banged in your face one time? All right, yeah, your jaw got smashed. Okay, I've had that before. My jaw, it doesn't open up properly. So you know, most people, they can open up their jaw like this. My jaw, it clicks. Yeah. I had beef with some youths on Tottenham High Road. One of them banged me in my jaw when I was 18 years old. I'm 32, and it still don't function properly. Yeah. If I open up my mouth wide, it clicks. Yeah. You think I cried about that? That was the same day that I chased them 3 Tottenham boys down the road. Yeah. The youth that banged me in my face, that was a separate beef 10 minutes later. Someone said, oh, sorry, bro. Clicking jaw means you can handle everything. No, I'm just saying. A man had his jaw broken or whatever, he cried. I mean, that happened to me, I didn't cry. A man's been stabbed, he don't want to leave the house. I've been stabbed. I even got one of the youths back on the train on the way to college. Yeah? It was a beautiful work of art. Battered him on the train. He never came back to college ever again. Ever. Ever. Whooped his ass on that train, boy. Thoughts on buying an expensive yard to live in? It's up to you, man. Me personally, I'd rather buy a lot of like cheap properties first and then buy the big property later on. You know what I mean? I don't want to pump all my money into some big property and that, and then it's hard to get money together to buy a next property and that. I said I'm aging. It's because of the hair, innit? So my hair is thinner in the middle and thicker on the side. So yeah, I'm an old boy now, man. Is it hard to do electrics on a house for C2? What the big property sets the foundation? What do you mean for C2? All right, so Ali A said opinions on exodus of millionaires from the UK, higher taxes and housing shortages and that. I mean, I ain't really got an opinion because I don't feel like it affects me. Obviously, I ain't a millionaire yet. You know what I mean? Housing shortages and that, hey, at the end of the day, there's a limited amount of diamonds in this world, and you gotta get your hands on it as soon as. You see, there's a lot of people right now moaning and complaining. There's not enough houses. There's not enough properties and that. Yo, 10 years ago, I'm talking about the people who are 40 years old, 35 10 years ago, you could have bought your first property. You decided not to. You decided to go to Bali, Dubai, Ibiza and that. Yeah, having friends, having the girls' holiday or the lads' holiday and that was more important than buying a property. It's up to you, my friend. I know what's important to me. Going on these stupid holidays with these guys that you're not going to talk to in 15 years' time does not matter to me. You see, money will always be around for you, not people. What's the total value of your property portfolio? 1 million and a little bit. Obviously, like I said, I ain't a millionaire, but 1 million. If I sold all my properties, I'd have 200 grand in the bank, basically. But until all the properties are paid off for, let's say in 20 years' time, then I'll have £1 million in cash. And the thing is, in 20 years' time, the properties are worth £1 million together now. But in 20 years' time, properties go up in value. Yeah. So the properties will be worth probably a collective value, probably about 2.5 mil. Should hope so. We should hope that the properties will be worth 2.5, 3 mil in 20 years' time, but who knows? How many units? 6. 6 properties. Right. Thoughts on service accommodation? Yeah. So Airbnb definitely makes a lot of money. Definitely makes more money on as opposed to like doing just fully renting out a property on fully renting out a property or doing HMO. So this 8 Garden guy said, or chick, I just saw you on another stream. Yeah. I'm streaming on 2 platforms. Why not? Make sure I put my face all out there. Yeah. You might ever see me jump on Twitch. JYs, but you're not rich. You just have assets. Hey, you got to start somewhere. What else am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Got to start somewhere. And man, we're really trying to downgrade the thing. Like, oh, you're not rich. You just have assets and that. How many properties you got, my friend? What color are your front doors? Yeah. Do you own a front door? So yeah, it's just better to be you know, have 6 properties and quote unquote not be rich yet, then have no properties. Be at your mom's house, whatever. And the thing is as well, yeah, like I saw this video with this stupid you, and he was saying, why would you want to buy a property? Why would you want to get a mortgage? Just rent. Use that money to invest it in yourself. As entrepreneurs, we want to take money and invest it into ourselves to upskill. Yo, you're just saying a lot of fancy schmancy nonsense, yeah? So hold on a minute. Let's say, for example, yeah, to buy a property is 20 grand. Yeah, you need to put down 20 grand as a deposit. You're using the E word saying, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I would rather take that 20 grand and invest it in myself. The fact that taking 20 grand and you needing to invest it in yourself is more important than buying a property, yeah, it just lets me know that 20 grand is going to be hard for you to come by. I've got 6 properties. Do you know how many 20 grands I've seen over the last 8 years? You can't call yourself an entrepreneur, but you think that 20 grand is a lot of money that you'd rather invest it in yourself than buy a property. Well, can't you come into 20 grand quite easily? Because I can. You might want to call himself an entrepreneur, but he's making out that 20 grand is big money. Yo, you don't need to put down 100 grand on a property. It's just 20 grand. Obviously, if you're doing a buy to let, which is different, you put down 25%, it's going to be a lot more. But let's say you buy your first property, which is your house. If you put down 20 grand, that's not that much money. I mean, you know, listen, everything is relative. To you lot watching this right now, 20 grand might be a lot. To me, it's not. Don't get it twisted. I don't want to fucking lose it. But 20 grand is not a lot because I've had that, it's gone. I've had that, it's gone. I've had that many times. So to me, 20 grand is not a lot of money. Funny enough, I've never actually physically seen 20 grand though. Obviously, I had it in my account and stuff, but not physically seen it in person. But a man calling himself an entrepreneur, but he's making out that 20 grand is a lot of money. Yo, what? If you're such an entrepreneur, why can't you come into 20 grand quite easily? It sounds like 20 grand is quite scarce to you, like you're in a scarcity position. Did you watch Andrew Tate's podcast with Rob Moore without Bonnie Blue? Nah, I mean, I think I started watching the first 10 minutes when I was at my mum's yard, and then I didn't finish watching it. But I need to watch that one, then I watched the one with Bonnie Blue as well. Jay Wise, would you jump on Chizzo? I mean, yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, if a man out invite me, then yeah, I probably would go on. What would you do on Twitch? I just thought, like with Twitch, I just thought it was just another platform, just chatting the things. You know what I mean? I'll do this exact same thing. I mean, this guy's getting booted. Like, I don't mind man being haters and that and testing and challenging me, but it's like, yo, if you're just gonna keep saying the same thing, then you gotta go, man. Right. These dumb kids talking about don't buy a property, invest in yourself. Yo, these youths will be sitting in their car making videos talking about why a mortgage is stupid, why you shouldn't buy a property. And that. Yo, sometimes, yeah, when you watch someone's video, just take a step back and you know, even mute the video and just look at them and look at their geographical location, look at their environment. Why is this youth making so many videos in his car? Is it because he doesn't actually have his own fixed abode? Is it because he still lives at his mom's house? Is the reason why he's making these videos is because his mom don't want to hear him chatting shit? I don't know, you will be still living at his mom's house, 25, 27, talking about don't buy a property and that. His mom will say, shut up. Yeah, and hurry up and get out of this house. About don't buy a property. Man will be living in a box room trying to advise other people. No one wants to be in your position. Stupid people. Big up no shit. My brethren from school. My school man there. Like, man sitting in his car making videos and that. It's either you don't have your own house, or you're living in a room share and you just don't want your housemates hearing you run your mouth. That's it. You think fucking Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk be making videos from their car? Name me someone that has a 7-bedroom mansion or even a 3-bed house like me that makes videos in their car all the time. What? Why, if I have my own space, why would I make videos in my car? This doesn't make no sense. I tell you the time I was making the most videos in my car when I was living at home with my mum. Yeah. Obviously, before I jumped on YouTube or social media, I had my property, but I wasn't living there. So I used to just rent it out. But yeah, the reason why I made all my videos in my car is because guess what? I was living at my mum's house. Fucking stupid people. Giving advice to the young people and you don't even have your own house. Well, like you don't have anything tangible to show these young people. You're just running your mouth. Right, let's see this comment. I can't really, it's weird. It's like it's overlapping. Would you say the first step to building wealth or starting property is by maximizing your salary at work? The example about 20K, it's easier to make that when you make 1,200, 1 to 2 grand a week than a month. Yeah, I know. Obviously, I make a decent amount a week and that, but that's just the level that I'm at. But yeah, you know, property is an easy way to start building towards some wealth, man. Like I said in videos previously, like you know, quite recently, I'm saying in some of my videos. A business is sorry. A property always lasts longer than a business. Look how many shops have come and gone on your local high street. Those houses, yeah, that are on your road have been around since before any of those businesses, and I guarantee you they will be there after those businesses shut down. Property is the be all and end all, because when guys get rich, let's say, yeah, they have no property, but they become a millionaire. At the end of it, they end up investing in property as well. Bunch of these millionaires, they all invest in property, but not all people who are millionaires off of property invest in businesses. So properties will always be around a lot longer than any business. Someone said, Jay Wise, why are you obsessed with that guy King 68 who moves to the gal? You're always commenting on his videos. I mean, I've left 1 or 2 comments. I can't even remember what I said. Do you know what? Yeah, someone said, the videos are fake because basically someone has mentioned it a couple of times, and I'm like, do you know what? They're right. You know, they will put down a silly comment. Oh, is the cameraman invisible? And I'm like, yeah, it's weird. The girls that approach him, because the guy is recording on slide, yeah. So the girls that approach him, they never look at the cameraman. The cameraman will be standing right behind them. Yo, most 99.9% of human beings, whether male or female, someone standing behind you, you're gonna just look at them. You know what I mean? We live in a crazy world, you know. People want to just do madnesses to people and that, especially females and that. Yeah, like you know, they'll be looking behind them just to check out the guy one time. They don't pay the guy no attention, even if they can. I mean, how do they know the guy's not looking at them if they don't even check? You're not gonna go up to someone and have someone standing next to you and not look at them. So someone said that the videos are fake, you know. No. Been watching you for a while. I'm about to graduate in engineering field. What sort of steps did you take towards becoming an electrical tester and that? Yo, I mean, the thing is, yeah, if you're graduating in engineering, you're not in the electrical field like that. So you just need to find a job in your field. Stop. you lot need to stop trying to like go from one thing to another, because it's going to require you to do some extra training and that. No, man, don't do that, man. I've had people contact me before. There was one guy, he was an accountant and he found his job boring, so he wants to become an electrician. So you're going to go and study for 3 years to be on the same salary. Listen, we don't live for 257 years. You ain't got time to be learning getting a new career and having to study for it for 3 years. Yeah, if it only takes 6 months to study and get a new career that's going to pay you 40, 50 grand, then yeah, fine, do it. But, you know, to become an electrician, you're going to have to study for a long time, because I don't really believe in these 6-month fast track courses and that. Yeah. So you're going to have to study for a little while. You ain't got 3 years to sit around and study to become an electrician. We don't live for 200 plus years. You don't do private jobs? Nah, man, I'm too busy for that, man. So no shit said he's paying them to not look, probably. Yeah, so obviously, you know, it's fake. It's not genuine, because obviously, are there going to be some guys, I mean, I have to be 6'8" to get approached by girls, obviously. But like, I mean, I don't want to sound like some hater, innit? But someone brought his name up. I did not start talking about it. But like, obviously, every now and then, would he have a chick come and approach him? Yeah. But I was just thinking, because even when I see like the other girls walking around in the background, they're not paying him any attention. Why is it like just these random girls are paying him attention? So I don't know. So this Renee person said, JYS, have you seen the TikTok of a woman dropping her career in IT and engineering to become a train driver? No. Maybe put her name in the chat right now and I'll search it afterwards, see what the video is about. Bro, thoughts on guys that went Chris Brown concert? I mean, I ain't going to no fucking concert. I'm not going to no fucking concert. I'm not going to no concert. I'm not going to no festival. But I'm not going nowhere around a bunch of people that ain't got nothing to lose. Get that. Get that. I don't like being in close proximity to people. Don't get it twisted. I don't mind being on the train and being shoulder to shoulder to someone. That's cool. But nah, I don't like being like me. I'll just find trouble out of anything. Even Nadia, you know, like one of her people's people, you know, is a fighter and that. And she said, oh, I would have invited you to the next fight to go and watch this person fight. But the arena it was in, like everyone's standing shoulder to shoulder. People are bumping into each other and that. And she's like, Jay, you're just going to end up getting into a fight. Because I think she said a couple of people bumped into her. Just not on grease mode, but like, you know, yo, nah, I don't like that stuff. So yeah, me, I can't go to certain places because I'm just gonna stop. So I've got stuff to lose. I can't be putting myself in a position where I'm around a bunch of people who ain't got nothing to lose. Someone put it in capital, so you're not going to Vibes Cartel. What? Why would I pay to go to Vibes Cartel? I even got one of his tracks on my fucking iPod. The renters' rights bill. What's your thoughts on it? What is the renters' rights bill? Jay Wise, what do you think about leasehold properties? I mean, it's better to have a leasehold property than no property. I saw a video of some guy saying lift and escalator engineers are making more P than electricians. I mean, maybe. Yeah, man, I wouldn't be surprised. What advice you got? I got made redundant on a 45k salary. What is your what field are you in? I said, yo, bro, drop a Wood Green story. Oh, a Wood Green story. I mean, there was one time we was play fighting with Wood Green youths, and you know, they got beaten up and that, innit? Like, obviously, we're mucking about fighting and that, but like, yeah, they obviously they used to come chill with us at Edmund Green, and like I said, now let me start no wars between Wood Green and Edmund, but like, yeah, they got beaten up in it. This is a joke thing, innit? Little muck about it. Tech, what is it like IT? I mean, just what you know, sitting around and waiting for a job ain't really gonna come to you. You know, I don't know about LinkedIn and that. Yo, you gotta go and find another job. Yeah, that's my advice. Man asking me for advice and you got made redundant and that. Yo, see what's happened is you got knocked down and you're staying down. Yo, you gotta get up. You're on the spectrum of depression. Yeah. Let's say a 10 out of 10 is just, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to put myself on a first class ticket to the pearly gates of heaven and that. Well, you're one, you're entry. What's your advice? Just been made redundant from 45K salary. Yo, why does it matter about the salary? See, to me, it sounds like, 45K is the best you could ever do. Why did you need to tell me how much you was getting paid? Does the 45K salary, like, is for you, is that the sort of salary that's going to be hard for you to achieve again? I said the job market is cooked. I mean, this is why you have to find a way to make money in other avenues. I've told you lot so many times before. Stop scrolling on TikTok. Stop consuming on TikTok. And whatever you're into, I don't know, it don't even matter what it is. Podcasts from man off the roll, you know, man just talking on the things, you know, like RTM podcasts, all the other podcasts and that. If you're into cars, if you're into motorbikes, if you're into gal, whatever, get videos off of YouTube, cut them up and put them on TikTok and build a platform. Big up True Talk Only 4. The last time I checked, he had like 45,000 followers. So followers on TikTok. All other people's content. One other random mute. I just kind of remember what the person looked like. Could be of like Pakistan descent or something like that. He said, because of you, I built this platform and now this guy's got 50K followers. He don't make videos like me. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, innit? But yeah, maybe like, you know, like man just joking about and that. Not talking on serious things like me. He's not talking about leveling up and iron mindset sort of stuff. But yeah, 50K followers, making money. So you should be doing, man. Be producing. And this is the thing, yeah. And the thing is as well, don't just start one TikTok account. Have like 3 at one time. Make it keep you busy because it's not gonna blow straight away, more than likely. So if you've got 3 separate accounts, imagine, yeah, you're into motorbikes, you're into cars, and you're into jail tales, yeah? Have 3 separate accounts. Yo, that will keep you busy. That will fill that void that people fill with substances they're not supposed to fill it with. That will fill that void and stop man watching things on the internet they're not supposed to watch. That will fill that void and stop a man from feeling lonely. That's the thing. The reason why certain men want to get a girlfriend, it's not even to smash. It's just, I need something to do. I feel lonely. I feel like I lack purpose. Listen, man, when you have a purpose, when you have something that keeps you busy, yo, hey, it is very easy to handle breakup or be alone and be single. Trust me. I'm so vexed that, you know, like when I was younger and that, I didn't have social media to keep me busy. I used to waste my fucking time going, seeing family members, just riding on motor. I mean, obviously, I love riding motorbike. I used to ride it a lot. Yeah. All because man ain't got no purpose, ain't got nothing to do. Yeah, football content, whatever content is, doesn't matter. Best goals, compilation, whatever. all those years, all that time wasted sitting and chatting to stupid ass family members that I don't talk to now, just filling my time with bullshit. And I know I was just filling my time, because if I was on 10 grand a month back then, if I had a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, you think I'll be fucking sitting at these idiots' houses chatting shit? Man, yeah, remember I said I would never want to go back in time. That's the only time I want to go back in time, so I could start what I'm doing now back then. Now, obviously, there wasn't no TikTok back then. So big up No Shit. He said, you always give the best advice, Jay, and you do it freely. Even the haters must appreciate it. It doesn't take much effort to press the like button. Man, listen, I don't give a damn, man. Respect to No Shit. Respect. I'm not bothered about the like button. Yo, you can press the thumb down button if you want. Yeah. I don't need people to press the like button and that. Yo, listen. Yeah, people will share your thing. You know, if you say the right things and that. Right, what's it say? What would you do if your son has a fight and he gets beaten up? I mean, listen, you win some and you lose some. I wouldn't mind if my son has a fight and he loses, but I'm not having my son get bullied. No, no, no way. Right. Someone said the nicest part of Haringey. Probably no, Highgate. Yeah, Highgate and Muswell Hill. This is when you know an area is posh. So obviously, I used to work for Haringey Council, like Homes Haringey, and I heard they were protesting in Muswell Hill. The locals were not happy because apparently in Muswell Hill they wanted to open up like a pound shop, and the locals were like, no. Even my sister. So I've got a sister that's the same age as me. Well, I don't know if she still talks to her, but like her best friend at the time said that, oh, they're opening up a chicken cottage in Purley. So Purley is like, what's that? I think Purley might be in Surrey. Because this girl, like my sister's best friend was like kind of like posh. So yeah, I think the Purley area was kind of like a posh area, a nice area. Anyway, she was like, oh, they're opening up a chicken cottage in Purley and that. Certain people, they don't want certain shops to be opened up in their local area because they'll feel like they're bringing the area down, Right. Oh, I meant that. What would you do if you and your son ended up fighting and he beat you? My son ain't fighting me, bro. My son ain't fighting me. No way. Someone said you live on 3 accounts. Menace. Yeah, man. How would you profit off those accounts? Obviously, once you get to 10,000 followers and that, then you start making money off the videos. Someone said, I saw you in Eddie. I was going to talk to you, but you seem pissed off. Nah, man. Nah. I'm cool, man. Stop, man. If you see me in it, like, yo, Jay Wise. Yeah. Let me know that I know. Yeah. Let me know that, you know me from the channel, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. If any of you lot see me in it, yeah. Stop. Yeah. I'll chat to you for a minute. Listen, the reason why man look a certain way, yo, get me. Man grew up rough and tough, so man just had a tough look on the face. But yo, stop, man. I'll be polite. I'm cool, man. I'd have to be in a real rush, to not stop and talk to a man for 2 minutes if he's, support man's thing. Watch me on, on social media and that. Yeah, I've had man take picture with man and that. I'm like, I got sweat on me, man, because I just came back from a run and I went to Asda. I said, I don't watch that, man. I'm like, okay, cool. You see the wet patch on on my chest and that. So, but yeah, man. Then you lot see me, man. Yeah, man. Pull up, slow down. I mean, I'll chat to you for a couple minutes. Someone said, "Are you in a jailhouse?" Why does it look like I'm in a jail? Just because I'm standing behind sitting in front of a white wall. I mean, to be fair, it's the green T-shirt, innit? So what was it? Was it in ISIS? I think in ISIS they give you green T-shirts, and in Feltham they give you like burgundy T-shirts, or the other way around. Should I beef the tradesman over £500? I paid a Tyler to do a job, but I feel he did a shit job, and he's trying to say the work is fine. Offered to pay him half the money, but he wants the full pay. I mean, can't you get him to redo the parts that you think are shit? I mean, this is what happens. This is what happens when you do business with people and that. That's the thing, yeah. Sometimes, yeah, when the tradespeople are doing the work, you have to be standing over their shoulder watching them, and as they're doing it shit, like, yo, redo that, man. Never pay people a day rate unless you can guarantee that that job will be done in a day. I'm not paying no one no day rate because I don't want to see you on your phone. Because basically, I'm paying you to sit and text or sit in your car for 20 minutes. Nah. I will pay you per job. So if you want to take 3 days to do this job, that's up to you. The price is not increasing. So yeah, it's up to you. You can go and fly to Africa if you want for 3 weeks. You ain't getting paid until the job's done. So, but I'm not paying no one a day rate. Nah, nope. So hold on a minute, you pay them on a day rate. So what if he turns up late? Do you deduct? What if he's away on lunch for extra 30 minutes? Yo, listen, I ain't micromanaging nobody, man. Give me a price for the job. However soon you finish it, Because this is the thing, yeah? Let's say, yeah, you ask someone, do you do day rates? And they'll say, yeah. They will look at a job that they know theoretically will take basically 3/4 of a day. Let's say they'll take a little bit less than a day. Let's say, for example, yeah, most people work from 8 till 4. They know that they can finish that job by 2 p.m. if they start at 8. They will say to you, right, that job's about a day and a half. Yo, they'll make that job 2 days and a quarter and expect 3 days pay. This is what these guys are like, man. They can't be bothered to study in school. So what they want to do is they want to bleed and suck you dry your money. Waste, man. Raw, man said, yo, bro, I work 80 hours a week at 19. What should I invest my money into? You know what I'm going to say? I want to get into property, but I don't know how much I should save. Go onto Zoopla and check 3-bed houses in your local area. And whatever the price is, you need to have 10% of that property saved. So if the properties are 325 grand, we need 32,500 or 33,000 saved up. That's 10% of 325. Day rate allows you to take the piss a little. Yeah, of course. Why are so many people in construction scumbags? Probably because they have no education, a lot of them. Yeah. This is why I would never want to pay a builder to do a full property renovation. Imagine, so if I wanted to do a full property renovation on this house, yeah, a builder will come and say, right, okay, I'll quote you for this, quote you for that, quote you for this, quote you for that. Yo, a man will come to you and say, all right, it's going to cost 30 grand for the job. But really and truly, that job there actually comes up to 20 grand. The builder will pocket and profit 10 grand for nothing. Fuck off. I'm getting every individual trade in if I weren't gonna do the work myself. Not paying no one no big mad money. No way. So this harms conscious person says, do you scroll on TikTok or Instagram? Yeah, of course. Of course I watch them, you know. But I do a lot of producing. Yeah. Go on to all 5 of my TikTok accounts and you see how much producing I do. So I ain't just sitting here consuming. I'm producing now. These videos, this live stream that I'm filming on YouTube right now, this will go on TikTok at some point, and you will also see it on YouTube at some point. This is the whole point of me doing the live streams. This is content. I'm not on the live streams because I'm bored. I still got paperwork to do after this. I was doing my paperwork whilst reacting to a video and thought, right, it's almost 8 o'clock now. I might as well just do a live stream for 2 hours. I've still got things to do. I ain't doing these live streams because I'm fucking bored. Just qualified as a spark and the company for a deal. That's a hold a gold card. Once you hold a gold card, why don't you go and work on a construction site? You can get £25 per hour as an electrician on a construction site. Forget working for £15 an hour, man. That's apprentice wage, blood. Yeah, no, bun that, man. Hey, don't be putting my government name in the chat. Yeah, that will be the future name of my son. I'm going to name him after me. I'll call him Jelani. But I won't refer to him by his government name. I won't refer to him by the name on his birth certificate. When I have a son, I'm going to call him Boy. I'm going to be like one of them old school dads. Boy. And he better come. And when he says, yes, dad, there ain't no yes, dad. Sir. Yeah, he's going to refer to me as sir. Yeah? I'm one of them old school dads. I'm going to teach him how to climb trees and dig. Yeah? We're going to do man stuff. Man like Sir David, come on. Yeah, I know. Someone said your government name's on your book. Yeah, I know. My dad came from Ivory Coast with nothing and owns his house while Englishman in 50s crying out. I don't know, them are the jokers, man. Someone said, best guy for us youths. Yeah. Do you know why? Because I'm empowering the youth. Don't listen to these people. I don't even want to say his name. But man, talking about stop telling people all you have to do is become an entrepreneur to become successful. How are you not empowering the youth? Yo, you have a big platform where young people listen to you. It is your duty to empower the youth. What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you not want to empower the youth? But you know what? Certain people are just snakes and certain people are just gatekeepers. There's certain people out here, they want to get rich and they don't want anyone else to get rich. Like I said to you lot before, I know a man that used to use a website called Contract Cars to lease Mercedes and whatnot. And obviously, I've never leased or financed a car in my life. And I remember like one of my colleagues, he said to me like, yeah, he's looking to lease a new car. This is a Mercedes or BMW. So, and I was like, oh, do you know what? There's a website, you know, you can lease cars for cheap. So maybe that night or the following night, I must have phoned my friend or something. And I said, yo, what's the name of that website that you use to lease the cars? And he was like, oh, it's called Contract Cars. Why? He's like, well, you looking to lease a car? I'm like, nah. My colleague said he wants to lease a car. So I thought, let me just pass him, like, you know, point him in the right direction so he can get a cheap car and that. He's like, no, man. Don't be telling people about the about the website because all the cars are cheap and that, because like, everyone's gonna jump on it, it's gonna get more expensive. Bro, that's a you problem right there. If you're worried about that website increasing their prices by £50, that's a you fucking problem. Stop trying to gatekeep and just get rich. Why don't you drive a Ferrari, a car that you know nobody can get their hands on? Instead of being a cheaper, you see, people that drive Mercedes nowadays, they're trying to live a champagne lifestyle on a lemonade budget. You're trying to act rich when you're fucking not. So many council house dwellers have a Mercedes outside the front. Remember that I used to work on Broadwater Farm. Mercedes, X5, X6, all of them cars there, you know, on Broadwater Farm estate. Even not too long ago when I went Broadwater Farm on my bike, you can see there's Mercedes and that in the video. I said, hairline gone. Yep, it's going. I'm in an MK6 GTD Golf. They don't know how I got racks in my banking assets. Yeah. Big up Ray J. Doing extensions, carpentry, bits of plumbing too. Yeah. If you already own a property, do you not need a 25% to buy another? Yeah, you typically will need to put down 25% to buy the next property, which is a buy to let. But if you decide to do consent to let on your existing property and then put down 10% on the next one and move to that one, then you can do it that way. But what I do is when I get haircuts, yeah, you see how my hair's thinning on the top. The barber just shaves down the sides and it just blends in. Bro. If I ain't got a haircut yet, my hair's looking wild. That fucking grandpa boy. And I said it's 2K a month slavery, bro. I mean, yeah, it's jack shit, innit? I would not be able to survive on 2K a month. No way. What was T on back in the day? Yeah, he was on smoke. T on Wayne certified, man. He's not some rapper that pretends. Nah, he was bad. Knockout artist, man. Beating up people. So the man is live, you know. Say that like I don't go live. It's the first time you called me on a live or something. So someone else is asking me about that King 6'8" guy. What do you think about that King 6'8", the great, the guy that bags the girls because he's tall? I mean, no. So some people say that the videos are fake because of how the girls don't pay the cameraman any attention. And it's not like the cameraman is being blatantly obvious. He's just standing there on slide. And it's like, why did they ever look at him? Just go and watch the videos and notice they never look at the cameraman. The cameraman will come up right behind them. Yo, if someone's standing right behind you, you're going to look. I don't care if you're 7 foot yourself. If someone comes up right behind you, you're going to look. Why don't the girls look? So someone pointed that out. And now once you see it, you can't unsee it. Even someone said like, yo, this shit is scripted. And he was saying something. I was like, yo, this is actually scripted. The way he's saying whatever he was saying, and the girl interrupted him. And I'm like, yeah, this is scripted, man. Don't get it twisted. Can he go out and have a girl come up to him and yeah, that can happen in that bar. Yeah, I don't know. What you have to understand is people are weak. I mean, what context you like? Where's that come from? What made you want to say that just now? Is 4K a month good? I'm 25, already own my property. I mean, it's better than nothing, man. Obviously, I would want to earn a lot more than 4K a month, but yeah. Is 4K after tax? So no shit said most prank channels are fake too. Yeah, 110%. 110%. Jay, how can I get plumbing experience as a new plumber? They all want people with experience. Send me an email at, I'm gonna put it in the chat. jwisetv@outlook.com, yeah? Send me an email there and ask for agencies. Just put the subject heading agencies and I'll send you a list of agencies. What you need to do is you need to phone all of the agencies and get registered. Phone all of them one by one. Just do 20 a day and get registered. So again, send me an email at jwisetv@outlook.com. In the subject heading or whatever, just put agencies and I'll respond with a list of agencies. Some of the numbers won't work. Some of them won't work because some of the agencies have stopped operating or whatever. But there's a good, I mean, probably 80 numbers on there. A man just said, I just made 2 mil following the advice. Yeah, drop me some of that money. Is that how you get jobs, JY? Yeah, I mean, that's how I think this is how I got this job. Yeah, an agency contacted me and I started working for this company on agency and now, I'm there full time. But yeah, how I got the job at the infamous Holborn job, yeah? How I started working at the infamous Holborn job was through an agency. I remember, yeah. So what happened was I got laid off. So this is in 2019 July, yeah. I got laid off from work. I was on one construction site in West London, near the Westfields in West London. Literally, it was like a 10-minute walk, 5-minute walk. And got laid off, and I went to the house in Northampton. So these times, man was at my mum's yard, working from my mum's yard. So going from my mum's yard to West London every day. And then when I got laid off from that job, I went to Northampton and I just stayed there, yeah, chilling there. And I thought, right, I'm probably gonna just not work for a month. And when I get another job, like I'll just fuck about there for 3-4 weeks and just take time off because that's how man used to live, before, like man will just work on a contract 3 months, yeah, every day, and then I'll just take a month off, or I'll just do bits and pieces of work here and there every day, and I'll just fuck about, White City. So anyway, got laid off from this job and thought, all right, maybe in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I'll get another job, but I'll just piss about there for 2.5, 3 weeks, and then, yeah. So anyway, I got a call from this agency called Core Atlantic. So I know they're still operating Core Atlantic because they contacted me the other day, like via text or email. So big up Joe from Core Atlantic. She phoned me and said, oh, we're looking for some electrical testers. Are you interested in some work? I'm like, I just kind of got laid off from another job. Like, I'm not really looking to go back into it. She's like, oh, but, we need some electrical testers and that. Like, I'm like, oh, I'll let you know and that. So anyway, I think she must have phoned me back the next day or something and said, listen, let me send you this questionnaire or whatever. I need you to fill it out for me and whatever in it. Anyway, next thing you know, I must have filled out this thing, and she put some pressure on me. It's like, look, we need some electrical testers and that. You worked for us before, you know, we've given you work in the past, and I was like, all right then. So I just thought to myself, I'm just gonna go down to the infamous, well, it wasn't the infamous Holborn job at the time, but I'm just gonna go down to this Holborn job and just fuck about it for 2-3 weeks, yeah, and just get fired, yeah, and just do what I want to do. Because when I decide I don't want to work, I don't want to work. Yeah, that's how I was before. So anyway, went there. Next thing you know, they made me the electrical testing manager. Next thing you know, man was working from 8 till 8, so AM to PM. Man was doing 10 o'clocks. Man was working Saturday and Sunday because the project was behind. Yo, man was making 10 grand a month. Best job. Best job, boy. Yeah, I was there for 4.5 months straight. Worked there every day. I took 1 day off to do an exam, and then obviously, you know, like the Christmas period. Even during the Christmas period, I went in 3 times. I went in on New Year's Day, I think, and I went there like I think the day after Boxing Day or something. Yo, man was getting paid I think I was getting paid like, was it 600 or 700 pounds? Don't make me start reminiscing about the money, boy. JY, you ever thought about getting a hair transplant? I ain't going Turkey. I said 8 to 8. I work later, boy. So you're saying you work later than 8, yeah? Are your properties on interest only? If so, how do you intend to repay the capital at the term? Yeah, so obviously the properties, all the properties, apart from obviously my residential and that, are all on interest only. So obviously the mortgage loan, let's say is 90 grand, that's fixed for the next 20 years. So in 20 years time, when this property that's worth 130 today with a 90 grand mortgage loan, in 20 years time, when that 130 grand property is worth 300 grand, I still need to pay back 90 grand. So I just sell the property for 300, give the bank back their 90, and then I keep 210. Obviously, it's probably some capital gains tax, motherfuckers, but yeah. So this person asked, how old are you? Take a guess. Quickly guess before someone puts it in the chat, because you know people are silly. I'll tell a man to guess my age and someone will put their age in. I'm not asking you. I'm asking the person who left the comment. Guess how old I am. Oh shit, they weren't even talking to me, they were talking to someone else. Sorry. Or was they talking to me? Hold on one sec. I don't fucking know. Yeah, no, I think they're talking to someone else. Yeah, talking to someone else. Man said, bro, once you got money, you don't need a hair transplant. AMS said, there's no such thing as an ugly billionaire. We was talking about money. It's if you want it or not. You said it's for girls. I mean, for me, I want to get rich so that I can improve my bloodline. I mean, I've already done it. My future son and daughter, they got a house. They may have they got a flat. They may have a house if they play their cards right. But yeah, I can't wait to have kids so I can be like, yeah, all my hard work. I don't know. Maybe I just think and I'm built different. But I like knowing the fact that, like, yo, when I have children, I'm like, yo, all this hard graft and grind, I get to just boom, give it to just the next person in line. They didn't even have to do nothing. They just exist. Because they exist, or because they come from me, just their mere existence here allows them to get this. And then think about it this way. This is why, yeah, like, yo, some people, yeah, a lot of you people put your parents too much on a high pedestal. What has your parents dropped on you? Except for bad vibes and debt. Most of your parents, yeah, they could even open up a bank account and put 10 grand in it for you. Most of your parents didn't even have a bank account for you. You had to open up your own bank account. It's embarrassing, man. The previous generation is supposed to set up the next generation. It's not the previous, it's not the current generation that's supposed to nice the previous generation. You should have put the fucking work in. You think Jeff Bezos' son has to look after Jeff Bezos? No. Retiring your mum, yeah, or your mum or dad expecting you to retire them, it's just their excuse for being lazy. I don't give a fuck if they were foreigners. They didn't have you at age 50. Worst case, latest age your parents had you at, if you was a foreigner, if you are a foreigner, if your parents are foreigners, the worst case scenario, latest, your parents had you at like 35. But it's bullshit. Most parents who are foreigner, they're having their kids at fucking 22, 23 years old. Only in Western countries do people, and the thing is, yeah, the reason why a lot of people are being born later on in life at age, when their parents are age 30, it's not nothing to do with the men, it's the women. They're the ones that are, you know, pushing the birth age back. The career chicks, they want to wait until they're fucking 39 years old to have their first child. Nadia has a brethren, yeah, who's 39 years old talking about freezing her eggs. What? What do you mean freezing your eggs? Yo, you should have been using them 10 years ago talking about freezing your eggs. The time is now, you know. You don't live until you're 222. You're going to live until you're 70 if you're lucky, 80 if you're lucky. Talking about freezing your eggs. If you're 39, 40 years old, you are pretty much at half life. And if you're 39, 40 years old, you're almost at the end of, you know, your best health. Because at some point, you're going to be on a decline. You're talking about freezing your eggs at 39 years old. You fucking stupid. What dumbasses, man. So that's the reason why people are being born later, or parents are, you know, having children later. It's because of the women. They're the ones that are deciding, nah, I'm gonna wait until I'm 30. I need to get this 40k salary. Fuck is 40k? 2,700 take home if you're lucky. 2,500 take home if you're lucky. So yeah, all these foreign parents and that talking about, yeah, you know, my son should retire me and that. Yo, the latest you probably had a child, absolute extreme latest you had your first child was when you was 35. But more than likely they had their child when they was like 25 years old. Why the hell was your mum or dad not in night school? What were they doing between 6 and 9 p.m.? What is your mum and dad doing right now between 6 and 9 p.m.? Doing jack shit fuck all. Imagine that. Go and look at your parents right now, yeah, and ask yourself, should I retire this individual who's sitting down on a sofa between 6 to 9 p.m.? They're not even watching anything that's educational. At least you lot between 6 and 9 p.m. are watching me. Well, not 6, but between 9 and 11 p.m. watching me. This is educational. They're not even watching anything educational. They're either sitting on the phone chatting shit with their friend or watching some bullshit ass Netflix series with pure subtitles and that. Oh, I'm not retiring no one that's sitting on their ass, not putting in the effort, not putting in the work. I'm more successful than all your parents watching this right now, and I'm working harder than them. This weekend that went by, I felt guilty because I was up here in Northampton, but I didn't do no work. Because me and the plumber guy that come over, we got on too well. We just standing around talking the whole time. I had these big plans, like, yeah, I'm gonna go IKEA, I'm gonna leave the guy here, I'm gonna go IKEA, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of stuff, I'm gonna put the cabinets together, the chest of drawers together. I didn't do nothing. I don't think I even edit any videos in that. Vex. I'm sitting on 6 properties and I'm pissed off that I'm not working. I didn't work hard enough on the weekend. It's my weekend. I'm supposed to be chilling. Nah, for me, the weekend is to get that extra hours in. This is how I think. This is why I'm further ahead than most people. This is why when I was doing those Saturdays, sitting in Wagamamas, I was looking at all the people and I'm thinking, you would have to drag these people kicking and screaming into work on a Saturday, but then in 20 years' time, they're going to scratch their head and wonder why they broke. Because you're not willing to do the things that the successful people are willing to do. Successful people, they're willing to work on Saturday and Sunday. They're willing to give up their evenings. Something's got to give. What do you think of pensioners? I mean, I won't need to be no. I mean, I'll be obviously at some point I'm going to be a pensioner by age, you know. But I mean, if you have to rely on, so basically, I met one tenant because obviously I meet 5 people a day. So after a week, after a 5-day working week, I probably met between 20 and 25 people. So you get to hear a lot of stories. I mean, a lot of excuses. Sorry, I didn't mean stories. So I said the wrong word. You get to hear a lot of excuses. And I went to one guy's house. He's a pensioner, and he was talking about, yeah, you know, they've increased his pension by a little bit, but how much percent? And I was like, how much is that in money? He's like, probably about £15 or something. But he said it's all right that, you know, the pension can do him because his pension, he gets this free allowance. So I think pensioners don't have to pay council tax, something like that. Pensioners get some freebies just by default. Yeah. So he said, I don't have to pay this, I don't have to pay that, whatever, and that. Get the freedom pass, whatever, just stuff like that. He's like, yeah, and basically at the end of the month, I get paid about £1,000, yeah, like state pension and that. I'm like, oh, imagine being 60 years old and all you get in your account once a month is £1,000. £1,000. Yo, what we eating? Corned beef. How the fuck can £1,000 pay for your living expenses? This guy is born and bred in this country, and all you can amount to is £1,000 a month after said age. And these would be the same people that were fit and healthy when they were younger, decided, I'm going to go to the pub on the weekend. We are in a cost of living crisis right now. People are broke, people are poor, people are struggling. And there's going to be a whole heap of people right now on the phone to their friend talking about this barbecue they're going to go to on Saturday or this movie that they want to watch on a Friday. Craziness, boy. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You're just saying this to get a reaction out of me. So this person said, who's going to tell Jay Wise that Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates all came from wealthy families? The game is rigged. The fact that you think the game is rigged just lets me know you don't have the will to succeed. You don't. I don't even care what your color is. You have the mindset that if you look like me, so you could be Asian, you could be white, you could be Turkish and that. But if you look like me, I know you'd have a victim mindset. I know you would blame slavery, because the fact that you think the game is rigged means that you feel like your path, or, you know, what's the word? Your fate is already determined. Nah, you feel like there's a glass ceiling. You feel like the sky's the limit, but there's a glass ceiling, so you can only jump so high. You got a victim mindset. I'll never be friends with someone like you. Why would I be friends with someone that has limited views, limited self-belief? Oh, wait, I wouldn't want that energy to rub off on me. Because then when you see me, especially like your friends that have been around from day one when you didn't have much and start to see you come up, they're going to think, oh, wow, I wonder who he's talking to. I wonder who he's rubbing shoulders with and that. I wonder whose ass he's kissing and that. They're just going to start hating on you. So people like this person here, I'll never be friends with them. No way. Because all they're going to do is hate on man's success. I'd rather be alone and have no friends. Like an anchor just weighing you down. Man don't even say it like directly, but man might say, oh, so what are you going to do with all your money? Buy a house in a nice posh area? Yeah, why not? Get away from all the riffraff. The streets, the streets will never forget. Said, how's that man stressed for others? Because when you work around these broadcast people all day long, all you hear is their fucking excuses. All day long. Excuses, excuses, excuses. But the maddest thing is as well, they're making excuses for being unsuccessful. But there are people their age that came from the exact same background as them, the same area, they even look similar to them, who are successful. So what was the excuse? So what's the excuse? A man said, wow, I was just saying the truth. No, it's not the truth. It's not the truth. The game is not rigged. See, you sound like a disciple of Gary Stevenson. The game is not rigged. You are rigging the game for yourself because you're using it as an excuse to be a failure. Why do you think parents that look like me drum it into their children's head? Yeah, it's going to be harder for you. You're not going to be successful on that. Do you know why they do that? Because if a parent that looked like me said to their son, you can be whatever you want, you can be a millionaire as long as you're willing to put in the work, a son or a daughter will turn around and say to the mum or dad, why are you not a millionaire if it's so easy? They'll be speechless. They won't even know how to respond to it. So the easiest thing is to say, the game is rigged. The white man's holding us back. Yeah, you have to work 6 times as hard for half the results. Bullshit. Just an excuse. Just an excuse. And I'm the proof. I'm a commoner just like you lot. You see a man in the chat earlier was saying, oh, I saw you walking through Emmett Green, but you look a bit pissed off, so I didn't want to say nothing to you. I'm just a commoner. I walked through Emmett Green looking like a tramp. Yeah? But I got 6 properties. The same background that you had growing up, I had that. Whatever you done, I done. I remember falling asleep at midnight and waking up, you know, at 1, 2 in the morning and watching Samurai Jack. Yeah, on Cartoon Network. Yeah, I remember watching the Recess Omnibus, yeah, where they have all the Recess episodes on Disney Channel. I remember watching Pokemon, playing Pokemon, all of that. I'm just a commoner just like you lot. So if I can make it, you can. The only difference between me and you is my mindset. If you took my mind and put in your broadcast body, you would make a success of yourself. And if you took your mind from your broadcast body and put it in my head, in my body, I would be a broadcast waste man. It's as simple as that. You man are laughing, you know. Yeah, this ain't no laughing matter. I'm being dead serious. A man say, Jay Wise, what's the best restaurant in Edmonton Green? Fuck you know. There's no restaurants in Edmonton Green. I mean, if you want to talk about Edmonton as the wider area, Jesus Christ. If I had to pick one place to eat at, it's Curvan. There's 2 Curvans in Edmonton. There's one on Church Street, not that one. I prefer the one on the Hartford Road near Berry Street. That's the one I go. I ain't been there for a while. You know what? I might go there the next time I'm down. Yeah, Curvan. Yeah. They got one in Wood Green as well. Yeah, Turkish food is my favorite food still. Would you invest in stocks on crypto? No, but if you want to do it, do it. Just don't invest too much money into it. Unless you 100% know it's going to bring you back a good return. So yeah, someone asked, is that a Turkish spot? Yeah, it's a Turkish spot. Yeah. Get your shish kebab in there, get your lamb majoon, go in the back room, get your hair transplant, everything. Jay Wise, after finishing my accounting degree, is it worth switching to an electrician apprenticeship? You are saying, this person here has asked me, after finishing my accounting degree, should I get an electrical apprenticeship? You're just saying that to wind me up. you're just saying that to wind me up, rude boy. You're just saying that to wind me up. You know what I'm gonna say. Yeah, like I said, I'm a commoner just walking around. Someone said they saw me, I look pissed off. Yo, any of you lot see me on road, just say, yo, Jay Wise. I'm friendly, trust me. Now, coming off in about 20 minutes. I still got paperwork to do. Man said, serious, bro. Right. Obviously, I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier, but earlier I was saying, like, you know, I literally even used that example. Some guy was doing accounting and he decided to switch. He wanted to switch from being an accountant to an electrician. He's an accountant earning 40 grand. He wants to switch to being an electrician to earn 40 grand. Yo, going from being an accountant to become an electrician, it's not like getting off of a train. You don't get off a train at platform 1 and take 10 steps and you're on platform 2 and there's a train in a minute. Yo, there's 3 years in between. You ain't got 3 years, rude boy, to waste studying to become an electrician to earn the same amount of money. Now, if you was an accountant earning 40 grand and you know you could switch to become an electrician and earn 130 grand in 3 years, and it was guaranteed. Every single electrician on planet Earth earns 130 grand GBP. Yeah, then yeah, fine. But it's not guaranteed. You ain't guaranteed to earn no 140 grand or whatever as an electrician. You're getting 40 grand basic, yeah, as a PAYE electrician. You ain't got 3 years to waste. We don't live until we're 200 and something years old. So no, stick to the uni thing, man. Opinion on conveyancing, as in like being a conveyancing solicitor. I mean, yeah, you could probably earn some big money, yeah. Obviously, this BR 100 person is probably a guy, but if you're a chick and you're a conveyancing solicitor, put it this way, yeah. When I completed on this property here last year, April, when I spoke to my conveyancing solicitor, big up Lauren, she said to me, if you decide to buy any properties again in the next few months, my last sort of working month is August because I'm going on maternity leave for a year. I'm like, raw, 1 whole year full pay maternity leave. I'm like, yo, that company is nice, boy. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, to be fair though, you never know. Maybe she only gets like 3-4 months, but she's decided to take out a year. That actually could be the case. Because she's not gonna tell me, yeah, I'm taking out 1 year maternity leave, and yeah, they're paying me for 1 year. It's none of my business. She don't need to tell me that. She just needs to tell me I'm not available for work for 1 year. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, don't take any advice from people that have got a weak mind. The game is rigged. And life is hard. Yo, since the invention of social media, there are more millionaires now because of social media. That just tells you it's much more easier. Look at all these kids: I Show Speed, Aiden Ross. I mean, I don't know. That Ashton Hall guy, wasn't he like an NFL player or whatever? But anyway, these people are just blowing up on social media. What the fuck are they doing? They're doing nothing. You can be that guy that's doing nothing as well, you know. How many days a week do you work? 5 days. And I don't take no days off. I work 5 days a week minimum. ES said Wagwan. J, yeah, Wagwan, fam. Yeah. Someone said £800,000 debt, bro. I don't want to hear it from you respectfully. So basically, someone's saying that, oh, I've got, which is true, I'm in £800,000 worth of debt. They think it's a bad thing. It's good debt. There's a difference between £800,000 worth of debt, where the bailiffs are after you, they want to take your house and that, and £800,000 worth of debt, but the debts actually bring me back a profit every month. So I've got £800,000 worth of debt, but those debts are split into properties that bring me a profit every month. They bring me a profit to the point where my wages increase so much that I'm able to buy properties faster because I've got income coming in. So I will take on £3 million worth of debt. No problem. I don't give a shit, because it's not debt like Lamborghini or some loan that you've taken out that you've blown all the cash. So, but this is the thing, yeah. Broke people, their perception of money is all wrong. I mean, that's why they're broke. They're scared of getting into mortgage debt. Don't get it twisted. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew. You don't want to take on some mortgage where you're paying $2,300 a month and you ain't got money like that. Like for me, that, you know, I've got money coming in, but I just would not want to. No, I'm not in no position to be paying $2,300 on the house that I live in. No way. This house here cost me, is it 700 or 750? I don't even fucking know, because it's not big money. But if this house here cost me 2,300, nah, that's too much. Nah, I can't afford that. I can, yo, nah, it's too much. 2,300. Nah, man. I don't need to be in no property that's 2,300 mortgage every month, and I'm here on my own. The hell do I need to be in a? If I was paying 2,300 for a property, I'd probably have a 6-bed house or something like that. What do I need a 6-bed house for at the moment? How much mortgage do you pay for your 6, 7? I've got 6 properties. I mean, I've got a 7th property. I've got a studio flat in Egypt, but I don't even include that. I just say I've got 6 properties. Man, like Shane, come on. But yeah, so this person's asking, how much mortgage do you pay for your 6 properties monthly? What profit do you get? I mean, I don't know the profit in that. It's not that much in that, but you know, it's enough profit that's allowed me to buy properties faster than that. But the mortgages, let's say the first property, that mortgage is about £600. I rent out that property for 1,500. Yeah. The first flat, the mortgage is 343. I rent out that property for 1,000. The property after that, that property rents out for about 1,100. I pay about 257 in mortgage. Then the one after that, that mortgage is high. It's like 450. And I rent out that for 1,000. And then obviously this house here, obviously I live here, and the other house is empty. So I'm paying £900 on a mortgage for a house that's empty at the moment because I've got stuff to do there. Now, coming off in 10 minutes or so. Someone said, bro, do you think guys that always bang gym go there because they ain't making money? Don't get me started on these gym guys. Yeah. I think they're banging out the gym because they're just filling their void. I reckon if they were earning 4 grand a day from work, I don't think they would be in the gym as much, tearing it up. I'm not saying they wouldn't be in the gym keeping fit, but I guarantee you they'll be a lot slimmer, but a lot richer. They're in the gym tearing it up because they got nothing else going on, and they get a sense of fulfillment from building muscle. Blood, like, come on, man, build your pockets, forget your muscle. Your muscle is not transferable to your son. Get Arnold Schwarzenegger's sons. None of them are bodybuilders. One of them is even fucking fat. I guarantee if you look at Ronnie Coleman, all these other guys that won Mr. Olympia back in there, look at their sons. They ain't whipped up now. Maybe their sons are. They might have one son, but that who made a conscious effort to be whipped up and that. But your muscles aren't transferable. And if you think, yeah, for 1 minute that you're gonna get more girls just because you've got a bit more muscle, man, think again, man. You don't have to be big and hench to get gal. Why do you think man that trap and are on things they're not supposed to be on get gal? None of them man are in the gym tearing it up, but they got girls. So you're in the gym tearing it up, and you don't get that much girls. So you're in the gym tearing it up thinking that you're gonna get girls and you don't. But then there's guys that aren't in the gym, but they get girls because of their charisma and that. Oh, you're better off building your charisma than building your muscle, man. Obviously, man, for be healthy, yeah. I go running every other day, so I'm about health and fitness. Yeah, I'm not some lazy fucker and that. I don't believe in not being healthy and that. But yeah, man, I just don't rate man that are just constantly in the gym, Like, yo, why are you not doing nothing else? You're not training for a fight. You don't make money from being in the gym. Why are you there so long? Why are you there for 3-4 hours every day? You think I would get anything done if I was in there for 3-4 hours? Man said health is wealth, though, my brother. Yo, there's a difference between being somewhat healthy, like blood. See, every broke person says health is wealth. That's the poor man's mantra. I'm gonna get healthy before I get wealthy. Yeah, I mean, that's easy. What if a henchman punch you up? Do you know what I think? Yeah, like I think a lot of men think that guys that are hench, it makes them a bad boy. Let me tell you something right now, yeah? If you go into prison and you survey all of the men that come into jail after sending someone on a first class ticket to heaven, I guarantee you hardly any of them go to the gym. The realest guys on road, yeah, the most serial guys on road, they don't lift weights. They ain't trying to bang you, yeah. Certain man think pushing weights makes you a bad man. No, it don't. No, it fucking don't. If anything, a lot of the men that push weights, a lot of them, they want to get that size so that they can appear to be intimidating because deep down they're scared. When you see these white men, yeah, that have got bare tattoos all over their neck and that, bro, I know you're, yeah, you ain't about that. You're doing what makes you look intimidating and that. Listen, I had man ducking down the road. I had man, they didn't want to hear if I was about. I ain't never had no fucking tattoos, bro. I put in work on the road. I ain't had no fucking tattoos, bro. You think any of my DA brothers had tattoos? Tattoos are for the sweet boys trying to look like they're bad, man. Oh shit, yeah, I did it. Yeah, shit, I didn't even know. He said, "You're right. Look at what Modine done to Ashton Hall." Yeah, people were mocking him, saying that he ran away. All that muscle for nothing, just to run away. I didn't even have him in mind, but what I'm saying is true. And you lot are able to verify this with evidence from the internet. It's got nothing to do with me. I did not have him in mind or nothing. The guy got shook. Look at Modine, he's big. Yeah, he ain't got no muscle like that. A lot of men that push weights, they're pussies. They're not on nothing. They're not on nothing. Trust me, if you're a man like me that was on road doing stuff, you will know, even the strongest guys, they're not on it. They're not on it. There's man that I've chiefed up, and really and truly, they're actually stronger than me, but they're not on it. They're not on taking it to that level. They're not on beef. See, anyone can have a fight, But are you ready for the back and forths? A lot of men are not on that. That's why so many people are afraid to stick it on their neighbors, because they're not ready for the back and forths. A lot of people who are loud, you see people who are loud in public, a lot of them people there are weak people, yeah? And I'm not even getting into the loudest in the room is the weakest in the room. I'm not even trying to come from that angle and that, but like serious people are not loud. People who are loud in public, like in shops and restaurants, they're idiots. Serious people are not loud like that. If you ever met a hitman, yeah, he will have a cool, calm, collected persona. A hitman don't walk down the road drawing attention to himself. A hitman is dead silent. It's £370 a week at 27 good. Bro, that is shit, blood. Are you living in County Durham? If it was £370 a day, yeah, that's good. I mean, I've earned that some days, £370, £350 a day. But £370 a day? Are we in the 1980s and in County Durham? This person is just playing with me. So Shane said they think you become a millionaire by saving only and no investments. Nah, you can't save. Yeah, so you're right. Yeah, you cannot become a millionaire by saving. No way. You can't save your way to become a millionaire. We don't live until we're 1,000 years old. And you know what? There's some people so dumb with money, so shit with money. They could literally live until they're 1,000 years old and still not save a million. I'm disciplined enough. I can live into 1,000 years old and be able to save a million. Some people, you can make them live till they're 10,000 years old. They will not save a million. No way. Because they're just too stupid. What about 700 a week at 30? I mean, that's better. £460 a week at 20 good. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. You know, age comes into it. It makes a difference. Age, you know, man that want to do an apprenticeship at 27, boy, do it. But what I'm saying is, yo, you want to get your apprenticeship when you're a teenager. You don't want to be on. Yo, I was getting paid £5 a day. Sorry, £5 an hour. God forbid. I was getting paid £5 an hour as an apprentice at Haringey Council, and that's only because one of the trade unions, big up John, he fought to get it to £5. They wanted to pay the apprentices £2.50 an hour. Imagine that, £2.50 an hour to work 7.5 hours. Yeah. So let's just say it's 8 hours times £2.50. 2 times 8 is 16. 8 times half is 4. That is £20 a day. But I can't even remember how much the bus travel was back in my day. Like I'm talking like 2011, 2012 when I was an apprentice. Yeah. Let's say the bus travel was £3. So now you're down to £17. Yo, lunch is like £4. So now you're down to £13. So luckily it was like, you know, we was getting paid £40 a day. You want to get paid £40 a day as a 27-year-old? There's men that are 27 and have use. Is it worth keeping my weekend job when I start an engineering apprenticeship? Yeah. You should be you're a young person, yeah. You should be working 7 days a week. Working 7 days a week. Obviously, after like 3-4 weeks of working 7 days continuously, yeah. Hopefully, yeah, take 1 day off or a weekend off. But other than that, bro, you're young. You should be grinding. Like I'm saying, yeah, like you got these parents, yeah, like people, oh, I should retire my parents. And like, what for? You shouldn't even see Like, so I'm saying, you're talking about retiring your dad. You shouldn't even see your dad. Because when I was living at home at my mum's, yeah, when I was at the infamous Holborn job, my mum never used to see me. I used to get up at 6 in the morning. My mum would make me a cup of tea at like 6:30 in the morning. I would leave for work. I'd leave my house and just start running for the train, yeah? And I wouldn't come back to like 9 o'clock, and it'll be my dinner in the microwave. My mum never used to see me because she had to go to bed early. I don't know, 9 o'clock or something, so she could get up in the morning to take my little sister to school. Because back then my sister wasn't in secondary school. So my mum never used to see me. She would just leave a cup of tea. Obviously, she would give it to me, so I'd see her in the morning. But other than that, in the evening, she wouldn't see me. Every now and then, she would get up at like 9:30 and say, "Do you want a cup of tea? Come back." It's at 9:30 p.m. when I come from work. My mum never used to see me. So you shouldn't see your dad because he should be grinding. Imagine that, yeah. I was grinding, working like a donkey, and I didn't even have no kids. And your dad has 3 kids, and he's not grinding and working like a donkey. Doesn't make no sense. And you want to retire that fucker? Nah, man. Make him rot on the sofa. Your dad is sitting down on the sofa watching TV, thinking that he's raising his sons. Bro, he ain't raising his sons to do nothing, man. Shane said he was earning 6-7 bills a month when he was an apprentice. Yeah, I was on like £800 a month. Jay Wise, I struggle getting retail jobs. What tips do you have? Upskill yourself so you don't have to get a retail job. Like, you don't want to get a retail job. Like, that means, yeah, that like, yo, you're not getting paid much money. And if you're working in retail, means you're gonna be easily replaceable. Let's say something right now, yeah. If you work at Asda, you better be afraid. If you work at Asda, you better be bammy. If you work at Asda, you better be on tilt. Because any wrong move and your manager can replace you just like that. Literally, I was thinking about this the other day. If they had prior knowledge that they were going to fire you, yeah, they could fire you at 11:45 in the morning, start making phone calls at 12 o'clock noon, so 15 minutes later, and they could actually have someone on the shop floor in Asda at 3 p.m. If they have enough people on standby, they can phone up and say, listen, I need you here by 3 p.m. to start. You're going to get paid £12 an hour, and I need you to do 6 hours today, and then you just start doing your normal 10 hours the following days. They could have someone there by 3 p.m. to replace you. If you work at Asda, you need to be afraid. Don't put one foot out of line. Don't even blink the wrong way. Flinch and then fire you, yeah? Flinch the wrong way and they'll fire you. You don't want to be in no job where you're easily replaceable. You don't even want to be easily replaceable as a person. You don't want to be friends with someone and they think, man, I don't even care if I speak to this guy ever again because I'll find another friend just like him. Nah. There's people that I stopped talking to. I know they ain't got no friends that are like me. Yeah. I know they ain't been able to replace me as a friend. Yeah, because, I'm a man, put in the work. Yeah, if you're a student, that's different. Obviously, I don't know the context of it and that, but there are people who are working in retail, they're not a student and they're 27 years old, stacking shows at Asda. I see them all the time. I went to fucking PC World the other day to buy some earphones and some a kettle and a toaster. And there's this old guy in there. And basically, he was showing me around. And then when I went to the till to go and pay for the stuff, the old guy that was showing me around, like he's proper old, like 70 years old. I went to another guy for him to serve me, and he was like, "Nah, he's gonna serve you." I was like, "Oh, him?" I was like, "Okay, cool." And he was like, "Yeah, he's the chief." I.e., like, you know, he's basically saying he's the old guy on the yeah, he's a chief, all right. When you're 70 years old, you don't want to be working PC world, because let's say you even have a good pension. I mean, if you're bored during the day to the point where you need to get a job, that means you're not earning enough money. There's no millionaire, there's no billionaire that's bored in their pension. Well, why would I go and work in PC world when I can fucking just go on holidays and be on yachts, and that if you're a billionaire and that? So the fact that a 70-year-old is working in PC world because he's bored, because some people are working, they don't even need the money, they're just working because they're bored, it just lets me know that you ain't really doing that well in life. Because if you was really doing that well in life, you would have money to spend. I said retail is soul destroying. I hated it. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, Jay, how many properties do you aim to get yearly? You know, I don't really think about buying any yearly. It's just buying properties ASAP. You know what I mean? Like, to be fair, obviously, I completed on a property at the end of April. I've already got enough money to buy another property. The problem is, I don't want to pay the stamp duty. If I buy another property that's the same value as the property I just bought, I'm gonna have to pay like 10 grand, 11 grand stamp duty. Nah. The property is worth 200 grand. Why am I paying 11 grand stamp duty? Man said, I'm 21 and I got my second one now. Yeah, good. That's better than me. When I was 21, I didn't even have no property. I didn't buy my first property until I was 24. I didn't buy my second one until I was 28. So yeah, you're doing better than me, man. Keep doing what you did, man. Send me a DM on TikTok. Yeah, we'll keep in contact. Right. So this Cameron Mackey person says, so what you saying is flipping houses without owning it a legit thing where you have to find buyers for the seller or vice versa, where a man like Tom Wade has his channel. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, mate. Sorry. Right, coming off in 5 minutes. Why did it take you 4 years to buy a second one? I had no plan. I didn't think about, oh yeah, like buying properties ASAP. It's just didn't have no plan. Jay Wise, your hair is going, uncle. Yeah, listen, I'll tell you what you do, yeah. Go to your mum's room, yeah, and collect the hairs that I left behind in her bed, yeah. Because yeah, she ain't been answering her phone up, babe. I don't know what's the matter with her. So. Which TikTok account? No. DM me on Instagram. Send me a DM on Instagram instead. Jay White says McKinsey business analyst a good job. I mean, I don't know what the hell, but yeah, business analyst is quite a good job. Yeah. Jay White is law still good? Was he studying law? Yeah, I think so. Hey, crime will never stop, so people are always gonna need a solicitor. How much of your income should you be saving a month, bro? As much as possible. I don't do this percentages nonsense. None of this 10% crap. If I listen to these dumb people on the internet, save 10% of your salary. Yo, it took me 3 years to hit 30 grand. If I saved 10% of my salary, I actually done a calculation on it. If I'd saved 10% of my salary, it wouldn't have taken me 3 years to get to 30 grand. It would have taken me about 14 years to get to 30 grand. I ain't got, imagine taking 14 years to save up 30 grand. I'm not living until I'm 1,000 years old. I'm not living until I'm 500-600 years old. I'm not a Greenland shark. The hell? I'm not a slave to a car or watch no more. Yeah, man. So yeah, send me a DM on Instagram. Same JY's TV. That's the handle. Someone said JY's. You need to what? Do the ancestry thing. You're looking like one of my Igbo. I mean, I've done the ancestry thing. I'm 40% Nigerian, and I'm 10% Benin and Togo. And my brethren said Benin was Yoruba land before. There was bare Yoruba there. So basically, I'm like 50% Nigerian. JY, did that tenant reach out to you after all those videos you made about her? Nah. Dumbass girl. Remember, I went to the house one day. This is all in 11 days, you know. Stank out the house. Smell of rotten fish. And I had a viewing that day. Luckily, the person cancelled the viewing. Probably because I told them, if you fail to pay the rent, I'll serve you a notice, you have to leave. I don't fuck about. Stank out the house of rotten fish. The girl would open up a tin of fish, sardines, yeah? You know in the can that you peel back, yeah? She opened up the tin of sardines and she left the open tin in the fridge. I'm like, yo, you can't do that. You can get tin poisoning from that. She was like, really? I'm like, yeah. What the hell, man? Stinking up. Flushing dirty, used sanitary towels down the toilet. I flushed the toilet. I'm like, yo, why the hell is it like not flushing? It's rising and that. So I'm like, no way is that what I think it is. Is that a sanitary towel? Anyway, when the water level dropped after like 30 minutes, I got a bottle. So basically, what you can use is you can use a big bottle. So basically, imagine you get a bottle that looks like this, yeah? But a big one, like a 2-litre bottle of Evian water. If you don't have a plunger, this is what you do. You get the bottle, obviously a big one, 1.5 litre, 2-litre, and you cut the top off. Yeah, here. Don't cut it halfway down. You cut it at the top. Yeah, with a pair of scissors. Keep the lid on. Yeah, you cut it here. I'm saying it's the top, but really it's the bottom. But yeah, you cut it right here towards the top. Yeah, and you can use that as a plunger. So anyway, got the bottle, cut the top off, started plunging. Yo, the water was turning red, my brethren. Plunging this thing, and blood is coming up in the fucking toilet. Dirty sanitary towel. What race was she? She was Nigerian. Fucking stupid ass. This dummy was asking. She was saying to me, "Oh, can you put the heating on, or can you turn the heating up some more?" I said, "What for?" Oh, they banned my live again. Oh, this is not good, you know, because I've been banned on live before. Let's appeal it. So basically, what they done is they banned my live again, and they banned me last week. So last week when I was on TikTok, they banned me on JY's TV and 2.0. Cool. I went on to 3.0 and 4.0. And whatever I was saying, again, they banned 3.0 and 4.0. I think it's because me calling people dumbass and that, like, yeah, same sort of thing. Like, I don't really care about getting thrown off the lives, but the problem is you can get strikes, and I've already got strikes from it last time. So if I get more strikes, they're just going to take away my account. And I've appealed it, but I doubt they're going to give it back to me. And I said 3 JYs, you know. Yeah, I don't care if they throw me off the live. I don't care. But I care about the strikes. Because that goes against your record. Right, I'm going to come on off anyway. Man said, that Nigerian girl really got under your skin like an orange peel, but she seems so sweet, not gonna lie. Nah, man, she was fucking feisty, man. But anyway, man. Maybe someone flagged you talking about the sanitary towel. Yeah, but it was on both of the lives, though. Because I'm using both of my phones. Yeah, as you can see, I'm using both of my phones. So both of them got suspended at the same time. It was one after the other. I mean, like 5 seconds in between both of them, you know. Oh shit. So yeah, someone couldn't flag me on both of them. No way. It's an automated thing. That bike is nice. So they're showing a Ducati bike. To be fair, I don't really like them too tough, but this one's nice. Probably like 30 grand for a new bike, man. Anyway, that's it, man. I'm done. I'll see you lot next week, man. Stay away.